Man, welcome back to the Cruise Dynasty podcast. I got a motherfucking crew with me. In fact, I got a squad with me, man. I got a whole fucking squad. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people up in here. Some people are drunk. Some people are high. I'm just buzzed. So that's how we do things. Peeps, I'm sorry if y'all didn't want people to hear that y'all are fucked up. It's too late.
We fucked up, bro.
Fucked up. So, first of all, the craft, man. What's going on, man?
Adult Swim time, baby. Let's get it. Friday nights.
Craft poured up the Don Julio and a couple fruity Trulies, and
don't even call me out on the fucking podcast, man. Don Julio, Grey Goose, Tito's, and Trulies. A bunch of fruity.
Right next to him, he's got his boy Noah Turner. First place, Noah Turner with him. What's going on, man?
Man, we on the Trulies, and we about to hit the Hoolies. That's all I'm going to say.
Man, next, though, I go way back with this motherfucker. Chris C. Swizzy 23. What's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
Man, same old shit. Chris done hit him a blizzy or two. Got him a hybrid little thing going on, man.
Yeah, I'm fucking suited.
And then next, man, gotta save him for last, man. Gotta save him for last. The motherfucking poor man, P. Miller, doing nickel bets. P. Miller, what's up, man?
Man, you know, same old right here, man. So
I guarantee you, P. Miller's done hit him a bowl or two before he hopped on this one. It's like Kraft said, this is Adult Swim night, man.
it's a mystery.
Yes, sir. This is early for Phil. It's only 1 a.m. I mean, Phil's usually like, let's hop on at sunrise.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm getting up early today.
Hey, man, hopefully I could get the poor man to stay up with me and do a little gambling. We'll drop a gambling episode tonight. Help everybody lose some money. But shoot, man, the plan was to talk quarterbacks. Ian and Austin Kraft, they broke down the running backs. Me and the Kraft man, we broke down the wide receivers. I say we just talk a little bit of quarterbacks if y'all want to. Then after that, we'll spit it out, whatever we got to say, whatever we got to talk about. I was just going to look at the leaderboard. We could talk about it from a redraft standpoint. I'm sure me and Chris will hop on it from a dynasty standpoint as well. So what you think, Kraft? Is that how we're going to roll?
Sounds perfect to me. Let's just hit it. Let's hit these quarterbacks, and just wanted to tell Phil, you know, fuck you for putting Tom Brady at number 4. That's it.
It's not my fault, bro. It's not my fault. This man cannot get his priorities straight, bro.
Man,
you should have predicted that, bro. You should have known he was going to get a divorce and destroy his whole life before the season started.
He's so old. I figured even if he did that, it wouldn't even matter, bro. So, but it did. It mattered.
I'm with P on this one, man. Y'all take a lesson from these females. They all scum of the earth. Nah, I'm just kidding, man.
On.
I'm just playing, man. But hold on, can we at least agree? She's being selfish, man. Let the guy go play some football, man. She's being
Let him
selfish.
live his life, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. She's a gazillionaire. He's a millionaire. At least go let him throw the football around. Crap, am I wrong?
I would want to say some like sexual deviant shit right here, but I'm not going to. Like maybe Tom Brady's little thing might be. I don't know. We're not going to get into that tonight.
3.5.
Man, not Tom, man. Not Tom. I refuse to believe it.
The GOAT. He can throw balls, but he really can't throw balls, if you know what I mean.
Ooh.
All right, man. Shoot. All right, first, I'm going to just start it off. I'm looking at the season leaders, and what I got a question real quick. It's got Jalen Hurts at 2, and that's because he played Thursday. So are we cool with Jalen Hurts being ranked number 2? I don't know if they counted in his score or not. What you say? Just real quick, Kraft. Jalen Hurts too. Is that acceptable? I think that's right. Anyways, but
With the rushing upside, I think that's gonna be pretty close. Lamar, I think he's gonna get hot here soon. But with the lack of receivers that Lamar got, where do you feel? Where do you feel on this Lamar Jackson with Rashad Bateman being out and the injuries kind of stacking up for the Ravens right now?
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to be throwing the ball as much. I mean, he got Duvernay. Mark Andrews is banged up. He's down, maybe for another week or two. Who knows? But, yeah, look for Lamar to just take a little dip. I mean, or maybe he just might run the ball that much more, so he could be doing even better. So it's hard to say, fantasy-wise. I wouldn't be crazy about any of these receivers, though. What you think, Chris?
Yeah, I'm not buying into them receivers that much. Duvernay stepped up early in the season, but since he's been a little inconsistent, I mean, they ain't got no Dobbins back there. I do think, though, the rushing upside is coming, especially with Bateman gone. They're losing that number one guy. Lamar Jackson's going to be out there. He's going to be running the ball more. You know how the Ravens play. They run it every play that they can.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you got Burrow at number 3 right now. I don't think that's probably sustainable. He had one massive week, but Lamar has, really stepped off in the last couple of weeks, without Bateman. And if y'all had to put, I still, you said you got Jalen Hurts up there. Josh Allen's the number 1 quarterback. And after that, it's a toss up between a lot of these folks. So, Matt, what you
yeah.
think, man?
So far on the season, at the top 5 is Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. Kyler Murray at 6. Basically, how about this, Chris? You own Jalen Hurts. You own a share of Jalen Hurts. Heck, I do too. I can't even think about Noah's team right now, though. I just know he's in first place. That's all I know. But
That's all that matters.
that's facts. That is all that matters. Let me get one of them running backs, though. No, I need some. I know you need a receiver.
I tried to give you Mostert, baby, but I mean that didn't work out, obviously.
Christopher, where do you stand on Jalen Hurts from a dynasty standpoint? I'm saying, I know I was asking you and Kraft this on one of these past episodes, but if you had to pick between Jalen Hurts and Lamar, where do you stand from a dynasty standpoint, Chris?
From a dynasty standpoint, at one point in this offseason, I had Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson on my team, and I ended up selling Lamar Jackson and rolling with Hurts. Right now, Hurts, he's only got 0.2 less fantasy points than Josh Allen. The rushing upside, though, is not nowhere near as good as it was last year. But the upside, though, he's passing the ball a lot more. He had 9 rushing touchdowns, I think, last year, around 700 to 800 yards rushing. He's not doing that no more right now. Lamar, I'm gonna see Lamar probably is gonna come up and pass him. I do have Jalen Hurts though, top 5. He's definitely in that 5 dynasty running back, 100%.
Yeah. One thing I got to say about Lamar right now is he had 3 games with Bateman, the first 3 games of the year, 27, 48, and 48. Ever since Bateman's been hurt, he hasn't eclipsed 25. So I'm a little bit worried about Lamar at this point. For this year anyway.
Yeah.
But do you think that's a real thing, Matt, or you think the Bateman, Bateman is a real thing, or is it just coincidence that he's doing this bad without Bateman?
Look, I think Bateman is a real thing because I think Bateman is good. I think Bateman, he's kind of, Bateman's out for the year, so obviously that's going to hurt the quarterback. But Noah, man, let's test you out, man. Let's say from a dynasty perspective, years to come, you had to have a quarterback for years to come. Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, who you got?
I got Jalen Hurts, no doubt. I mean, I feel like Lamar Jackson is just on the downhill right now. I mean, he does have Mark Andrews. He does have Rashad Bateman when he's healthy, but I mean, Jalen Hurts is just a different breed to me.
I agree with that. Yeah. I would take Jalen Hurts over Lamar at this point, too.
P. Miller, where do you stand on something like that from a dynasty perspective? Do you buy into Lamar might possibly be on the decline?
I don't think he's necessarily on the decline as far as dynasty goes. As long as they can get him some receivers in there, he's good for years to come, I think. But I would go Jalen Hurts at this point. If you asked me at the beginning of the season, I wouldn't say that because, Jalen Hurts had like a question mark over his head to me. But now I feel like those questions are answered. I would roll with Jalen Hurts at this point.
Man, look, fellas, I think I'm with y'all on that one, man. I've gained so much respect for Jalen Hurts after this year. This dude has definitely become a better all-around quarterback. I would even say he looks better than Lamar Jackson at this point. He's definitely a better thrower of the football than Lamar, and he's getting more weapons involved than Lamar. I'm still high on Lamar, though. I still think I would still take him over a lot of guys. But how about this one? Jalen Hurts or Joe Burrow? Joe Burrow's got a lot of weapons. I like me some Joe Burrow. I think he's a bad man. Struggled last week without Jamar Chase. Kraft, man. Jalen Hurts, from a dynasty's perspective, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow.
I'm going to take Jalen Hurts just because of the rushing upside. And the like Phil said, the real question mark was when we came into the year, Jalen Hurts had to play really well this year. He might not even have a job. So I think the question to me is, you got Josh Allen at number 1. Who are y'all putting at number 2 in dynasty? Because Justin Herbert's had a tough year. Patty Mahomes, he's been okay. Are you putting Jalen Hurts over them guys? And what do you think, Matt?
To me, I got to keep it the same. Except for I switch one thing up. I go Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, I want to talk about Justin Herbert a little bit. This dude is banged up, man. There's no doubt. I think he's banged up. I would put Jalen Hurts at 4th, I think, which is tough because here's another question for y'all, man. Jalen Hurts or Kyler Murray? I think I roll with Jalen Hurts over Kyler Murray at this point. Where do you stand on that one, Kraft?
I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts. I mean, the offense looks a lot better. You got DeAndre Hopkins, but he's, getting on the older. He's getting a little older. And Noah, I mean, what do you think? I don't want to have Kyler. I don't really want to watch that offense do his thing, but I really just don't want Kyler. I just can't stand his. You got Rondale Moore and Kyler out there. It's like the midget race.
Kyler Murray is booty to me. I mean, he has DeAndre Hopkins, and that's about it. It seems like
it's tough to watch.
Yeah, look, I want to say something about. I agree with Noah from a real football stance. Kyler Murray, man, that dude, he ain't buttoned up. He's playing Call of Duty and shit. It's just like, but from a fantasy standpoint, I still will take Kyler Murray as an elite prospect. Phil, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, dynasty.
Yeah, I'm going with Jalen Hurts. Same. When I seen Kyler Murray show up dressed like Hillary Clinton the other day, I was just like, man, this guy is a clown. Lost tons of respect for him. I mean, no doubt he's good fantasy wise.
Amen.
No doubt he's good fantasy wise, but I'm going with Jalen Hurts all day with that one. So
when you walk out of the car wearing a green skirt or whatever the fuck that was, I mean, C Swizzy though, where do you stand? I mean, Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, dynasty standpoint, long term, where do you think?
I'm definitely going with Jalen Hurts.
Unanimous.
No, they both rush. They both rush. They get good rushing yards. But to me, it seems like Kyler Murray would rather run around behind the line of scrimmage for 40 yards just to gain 2 yards, whereas Jalen Hurts will just run straight up.
Right.
I mean, like you said, I mean, I don't think his head's in it. I mean, the Call of Duty thing is kind of funny because he is doing that. But I had read something about Patrick Mahomes. They've been playing it. They won like 12 games on Warzone, and that's that game that they went out there and smacked that team that one next day. But I mean, Kyler, if you got to put a clause in this dude's contract for him to study, he's not studying. Let me tell you.
Right. I mean, that should tell you enough, man. Like, damn, they asked that man to put 4 hours in. Like, you ain't putting more than 4 hours into the study room? Like, what the fuck?
You're not just watching football. Is what you do, man.
Like, sheesh. All right, well, shoot, man. I'm going to take it one more step forward. It seems like we would all take Jalen Hurts forward from a dynasty perspective. I'm going to do it one more step then. Justin Herbert or Jalen Hurts? Craft man, Justin Herbert or Jalen Hurts? Where do you stand?
I don't remember. I don't know. I don't want to live in the moment with Jalen Hurts just blowing up because Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen's been out all year. That hamstring injury has just been lingering forever. Mike Williams is out. You haven't seen Justin Herbert with his receivers yet. So it is incredibly tough, but with the rushing upside, it is very hard for me to say that I think I would take Jalen Hurts over Justin Herbert at this point because, like I said, this is a prove it year for Jalen Hurts, and he fucking proved it. I mean, they're 8-0 or what 7-0 or 8-0 right now. Come on.
Your man Noah, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert.
I'm taking Jalen Hurts over that just because of the rushing upside. I mean, Justin Herbert is a boss, no doubt. But I mean, with Jalen Hurts rushing upside, he can get more points in fantasy.
Right.
Yeah. I'm with you about Jalen Hurts. You know, his lowest amount in this game, he has the most astounding floor of all the quarterbacks. The least amount he scored is 16. And that was one game, but every other game he's been over 20. So,
well, shoot,
you know, he has incredible floor.
He's more competitive too to me.
Yeah, P. Miller, the poor man. I mean, I know me and the poor man been Jalen Hurts and Tua guys. I'm not a Bama fan, but I do like Bama, and so we've been Tua fans and Jalen Hurts fans for a while, even though they was getting doubted coming into the year. But the poor man, we getting to a brink. Justin Herbert or Jalen Hurts, where do you stand?
Yeah, that's pretty tough. They're like neck and neck for me. I would probably go with Jalen Hurts as of right now. I hate to do that, just agree with y'all, but yeah, just because the foreseeable future is brighter for him. I mean, he's got younger receivers. He's got two that are really good, going to be there a while, as far as I can tell. Herbert, he's got an old man who's hurt. He's got another old guy who's hurt. He might not do nothing this year or next year, so I'm going with Jalen Hurts because even in Dynasty, I'm trying to win right now, you know what I mean, in the next couple of years. So I would still roll with Hurts. What do you think, Chris?
I'm in the same boat. Herbert, I mean, he's been hurt. It still looks like he's hurt. Keenan Allen can't get on the field. Mike Williams is out now. And even then, he wasn't really that consistent. And then, hell, the other dude, I mean, shit, Matt didn't even remember his name the other day, called him Jordan.
Homer.
Man. I mean, like you said, Jalen Hurts got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. He's got Goddard back there.
Yeah.
Miles, and then, you know, Miles Sanders is having a pretty good fantasy year, but how much of that do y'all think is Miles Sanders or just the way that the Eagles run their offense? Because it was known that they were in the market for a running back.
Yeah. What we do a clean sweep 5-0 on Jalen Hurts?
No,
where you at, Matt?
In a dynasty perspective, I'm taking Herbert over Hurts because I think Herbert is banged up. But regardless, I like Jalen Hurts. I'll definitely take him 4 over the other guys. We're talking about Burrow, Kyler Murray. What's up, Kraft?
I just wanted to, yeah. So that's 4-1. We got Hurts over Herbert. And I do agree with you, Matt, that Herbert is banged up and his receivers are banged up. But Phil, I had an issue with something you said earlier. It was just fucking retarded. You are not winning that league this year. I mean, I'm coming. I'm coming, Phil.
No.
I'm coming
Right.
for that dynasty league. You ain't taking that.
Oh, I didn't know what you was talking about. I was like, did I say something again, man? Like, I'm always saying that dumb shit, but nah, that was not one of them, bro. I'm definitely winning that league. I don't care who you got. I don't care if you get McCaffrey and all of his twin brothers out there. I'm still winning that league. Josh Allen, baby. Josh Allen.
Well,
I
shoot.
need a super flex quarterback, Phil. Can you please give me like just somebody? I'm starting Davis Mills on a weekly basis at this point.
What's wrong
Hey.
with Davis Mills?
Oh, man.
I told you, Kraft. I got Kenny Pickett for your ass. hey, hey, hold up. I got another one for you though. I'll give you Andy Dalton for a second. What's up?
I don't know if Andy Dalton's going to be starting the rest of the years.
What? He's balling.
I thought Matt Ryan was going to be the quarterback for the whole year, but you see how that shit panned out.
Well,
Washed up. Though.
all right. Well, real quick then. I got a question about Josh Allen then. He's clearly the dynasty quarterback number 1, right? Phil was just talking about Josh Allen. It's basically been a debate between him and Patrick Mahomes, but let me ask you this. Josh Allen likes to run the ball a lot. Does this make his window shorter where Patrick Mahomes can overtake him maybe in 3 years? Or are we talking about Josh Allen QB1 for a 5 to 6 year? Noah, where do you stand?
Josh Allen is a unicorn, man. He's a grown man. He runs over people. He will hurdle people if he has to. Josh Allen is the man for the next 10 years.
Dang, 10 years. Well,
10
Miller.
years, I'm calling my shot.
P. Miller. Noah Turner, first place. They called his shot. Josh Allen, where do you stand? Let's just say 3-4 years down the line. Is he still ahead of Patrick Mahomes?
I mean, hard to say, not knowing the future, but I'm gonna say yes, just because he's the man, bro. He's so big, bro, and he's just bigger and stronger and faster than everybody. Maybe not faster, but he's bigger and stronger than everybody else. So that's why he's the best.
He's fast. My honky. Shoot. The Craft Man. Where do you stand on something like that? I know it's a tough question to ask, but it's like this dude's rushing upside, quarterbacks taking hits and stuff. Let's just say 3-4 years down the line. Is he still ahead of Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, Josh Allen reminds me of you on the basketball court, bro. Stronger, faster, taller, jump higher than anybody, bro.
Amen. Amen.
Nobody's seen your face and seen your height yet, so they can believe that. But yeah, Josh Allen. Josh Allen he's a real deal, man. He's a real deal. You're not gonna get. I love watching him play. He's so competitive. He will talk. He'll take a lick and just talk shit.
He'll smile at you.
Yeah, he'll smile at you, and I would love to have him. I mean, he's number 1 dynasty, and you get the benefit of just watching him play every Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, what more can you ask?
I'm with you, Kraft, and I guess since you saying stuff like me being taller and faster, we ain't putting our podcast up on YouTube or anything like that. So, C Swizzy, where do you stand? We've been going in deep on these quarterbacks. Josh Allen, it's a tough question to ask, but let's just say like 3-4 years down the line. Because to me, Patrick Mahomes, there's no doubt this dude's got like 10 to 12 years. He ain't running the ball like Josh Allen does. Does the toll, even though he's big, the toll of the hits, does it come up on him or what's up?
I mean, I think it's simply something that you got to think about. But I personally think, like they were saying, I think easily 6 to 7 years. It could even be pushing to 8 to 10 that he's going to be the number 1 guy. But that being said, I mean, he tries to run people. He runs people over like Derrick Henry and attempts to do that. I mean, you just got to think as a person who's always throwing the ball and moving around like that. I mean, he could have a short career at the end. I mean, the stuff that people are doing, they're not out here just, it ain't all pity pats when you're out there. Whenever you take a lick, you taking a lick, and he's getting right back up.
Yeah.
What you think, Austin?
Man, the only thing I got to say, and I want to direct this at Phil, he hadn't had a chance to talk on Josh Allen, is I think we were all at this standpoint with Cam Newton at one point. So I want to, put that in people's perspectives that Cam Newton was an MVP one year. He was incredibly talented and ran over people just like Josh Allen does. Phil, do you see any similarities between Cam Newton and Josh Allen, or do you think this is a long-lasting career compared to Cam Newton?
I mean, if you compare them physically, they got similarities, but I feel like Josh Allen's just a way better quarterback. Cam Newton was a bum, and that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I got something to say on that. Don't disrespect Josh Allen with this Cam Newton talk. So, but
there was one point in Cam Newton's career where he was the number one dynasty quarterback.
Okay. Okay, that may be true, but I do say this. Cam Newton, let's just say Josh Allen gets older and he runs the ball less. I could definitely see Josh Allen still operating in the pocket way better than somebody like Cam Newton, but I think Josh Allen could do it on the level of like a Patrick Mahomes. You disagree with that, Kraft?
I don't disagree with it all. I just wanted to put a perspective out there that this has happened before, but I think Josh Allen, he just looks like a great pocket passer even when he's not running. Nothing against Josh Allen at all. He's the number one dynasty QB. He should be, and he does look a lot better than Cam Newton. But I just wanted to point out that there was a point where Cam Newton was getting really overhyped, and he was the number one. So, right. But if you're starting a startup draft, Josh Allen is your number one pick. That's bottom line. That's it.
No doubt. All right, we're moving on. We spent a lot of time on the top two guys. Next, we got Joe Burrow. I've been as skeptical of Joe Burrow as anybody. I think Joe Burrow's good, though. I remember at the beginning of the year when his ADP was 4, I was like, hell nah, I ain't dealing with that. Right now, he's quarterback 3 on my sleeper list. I like Joe Burrow. He struggled last week versus the Browns. So this is what I'm saying right now before I pass it on to the Kraft man. All I got to say is I'm going to be watching what Joe Burrow looks like without Jamar Chase, because after one game, Jamar Chase wasn't there. This man Joe Burrow was struggling. And my thing is, you still had T. Higgins. You still had Tyler Boyd. You still got Joe Mixon. You got Hayden Hurst. You got a quality tight end. You still should have been out there doing what you do, is what I'm saying, versus the Browns. So it's like, it ain't like Cleveland's, they got to lose a record and stuff. So the Kraft, man, what's up with you on Joe Burrow?
I'm going to just put you on the spot. I'm going to just send it right back to your ass like tennis. You said in the other episode, Tua over Joe Burrow. You stick with it in Dynasty?
Man, I stick with it. Double down. Throw some money on that bitch, man. Let's go, man. In fact, since we playing a little tennis, I'm volleying it up to P. Miller. P. Miller, where do you stand on that? Tua or Joe Burrow?
Dang, bro. Man, I'm going with Tua. You know it. Alabama boy, the lefty. I'm rolling with Tua out there, bro. He got Waddle and Tyreek. I mean, I'm rolling with him.
Hey,
not me.
Not you. Crap, you had time to sleep on it, man. So you rolling with Joe Burrow over Tua, huh?
Yeah, I want to hear Noah's perspective on this, but my perspective is that Joe Burrow, his 2 receivers are a lot younger. Jalen Waddle is very young, but T. Higgins, Jamar Chase are probably going to be there for ever, I would think. I mean, unless they have to get rid of them at some point. But Tua, you got Tyreek. He's getting on up there a little bit. And they're both about equal with these guys. So I'm going to stick with the guy who has the longevity of his receivers. But I want to hear, what you got to say, Noah.
I'm picking Tua on this. I mean, Joe Burrow looked like ass
without
Jamar Chase. I mean, he didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Tua, he does have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, but then again, the Dolphins can draft another Tyreek Hill if they want to.
What? No.
All right.
In my opinion.
All right,
Yeah,
look.
yeah.
This is-
Y'all go ahead and tear Noah apart right here.
All right, hold on. I'm going to, of course, disagree that you could just draft another Tyreek Hill. But this is what I'm going to say right here. Tyreek Hill's been so damn good. I think he could be good. I remember Phil saying at the beginning when I started this podcast, this dude's got like 3 to 4 more good years. I'm starting to buy into that shit. This dude, Tyreek Hill, might finish as the wide receiver 1. If you tell me when I'm doing a dynasty ranking right at the end of this season, assuming that Tua stays healthy and all that shit, Joe Burrow too, that okay, Tyreek Hill, he might have 3 more good years, 3 or 4. Well, I think I might roll with Tua over Joe Burrow anyways from a dynasty perspective.
You know, I'm sitting here looking at fantasy, trying to figure out this fantasy points per game, and you got Tua. You know, we're gonna have to look at the points per game because Tua's missed so many games with concussion.
And that counts into it too, though, him being out.
Yeah, but the points per game doesn't account into it. And Tua's averaging 18.8 points per game while Joe Burrow is averaging 22.5.
Yeah, but he had that one game of 50 or whatever versus the Falcons. Like, whoop-de-damn-do.
The Falcons.
But you can always go back and say, oh, he had that one game of 50, but he did have that one game of 50. You know, that's a ceiling.
But this man Tua ain't playing nobody like the Falcons.
Justin Fields ain't putting up 50. You know, if your quarterback got a ceiling of 50, man, that's great. I mean, Tua did hit 50 earlier this year too. So,
how about this, Kraft? I will accept that statement and be like, maybe I'm being a prisoner of the moment or whatever. But P, just take over.
Man, I don't know. You know me, bruh.
It's tough.
I mean, I may or may not have. I cannot confirm or deny if I was taking a bit of that devil's lettuce, but y'all know it.
All right. How about this then? How about this? At the end of the year, we'll sit back and we will discuss Tua and Joe Burrow. But you got to admit, Tua and Joe Burrow wasn't even a discussion. It's clearly a discussion right now, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Most definitely.
We discussing it, so it's a discussion, bro.
That's right.
That's all I'm
here on the Cruise Dynasty podcast. We discuss the hot topics. Hey, who out there is discussing Tua versus Joe Burrow? I bet nobody is. Well, hell, man. Next, I'm gonna just roll on over to the next one. I've really just been going down the leading standings right now. The next is Patrick Mahomes. Hadn't really talked about Patrick Mahomes this year. This episode, I honestly, I was kind of fading Patrick Mahomes. And when I say fading, I moved him from 1 to 3. So I had him behind Herbert. I had him behind Josh Allen, obviously. That to me, that's a given. But Patrick Mahomes, I kind of gained a new respect for him. This dude's going out there with bums on his wide receiving core. I thought him losing Tyreek Hill was going to really put a dent into the Chiefs in general. His running back room is just, so what? His wide receiving core is like, so what? This dude's still going out there putting up numbers. This dude's still in the top 4 or whatever. So I would definitely bump Patrick Mahomes from a dynasty perspective 2 behind Josh Allen instead of having Justin Herbert. Noah, where do you stand on that?
I mean, I agree with you. Patrick Mahomes is definitely behind Josh Allen, but then again, he looks like a human joystick. I mean, he can throw to anybody. He's throwing to Miko, as you like to say. There you go. But, I mean, he really ain't got no really good wide receivers. So, I mean, and he's been putting up points every week. So, I definitely put him at number 2 in dynasty rankings.
Kraft man?
Over Hurts.
Yeah, I'm the same. Not much to say about it. I'm the same. Mahomes he's great. And he's proven, like Jalen Hurts has had this one great year, and it'll probably continue. He looks great, but, I'm going to take the sure thing in Mahomes. The worst you're going to get, you draft Mahomes at your number 2 in a startup draft, he finishes the quarterback 4 or 5. It's like, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
But, He's
P.
great.
Miller, where do you stand? You've heard what we've had to say about Mahomes.
Yeah, I was like you, man. I did fade him to number 3 behind Herbert too before the season started, but yeah, just watching everything progress. I got him back at number 2 dynasty wise, like number 2 quarterback overall right now. So I'm with y'all.
Well, look, we've been bringing up the name Herbert a lot. I was just go ahead and bring him up. I know I kind of said it a little bit. I would still say Herbert is a top 3 guy. I would even put him above Jalen Hurts. I know y'all said that, but Kraft, I guess basically let's just real quick on Herbert because we kind of talked about him a little bit. Is Herbert dropping out of that top 3 for you in a dynasty perspective, or do you just say he's banged up? I give him a little bit of a pass, even though his weapons are old. I still think Herbert is still balling. Kraft, where are you staying?
I mean, I had Herbert, right there with y'all at number 2 this year. So I can't really, like you said, we're prisoners of the moment at the time where he's looked bad and his receivers have been hurt. But I can't just base it on that. I think Herbert is in number 4 in my rankings. Behind Hurts right now, you got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. It looks like Sirianni is a very good offensive coach with Philadelphia. So that's the only reason I got Hurts there. I don't really – Brandon Staley kind of seems like a moron sometimes. It's not a major drop-off. He went from 2 to 4 to me as the year progresses, even with his receivers kind of being injured all year.
P. Miller, you say the same, or?
Yeah, I mean, I still like Herbert, bro. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Like, I would just take Hurts over him just because Hurts is hot and Herbert's not.
Gotcha.
That's pretty much where I'm at. Herbert's still, top 5, no doubt.
All right. Well, next I got Kyler Murray on the dock, and Kyler Murray. I like Kyler Murray from a fantasy perspective. Real football, man. Hell nah. I think he looks all right, but this dude is not a winner. This dude's not even buttoned up. I say it all the time, man. Being buttoned up is a big thing to me. You got to be buttoned up. You got to show that you putting in the work. If these motherfucking Arizona Cardinals got to put something in your claws to, hey, please get in the study room, you're not buttoned up. And then they only ask for 4 hours. It's like 4 hours. You're not even putting in 4 hours. So to me, that's just unbelievable. We put in 4 hours working out here we put in double that. It's just like, come on, man. But from a fantasy perspective, dynasty, I guess because you're with Matt, I always want to bring up the dynasty. Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson. Kraft, man, where you stand?
Oh, God.
That shouldn't be hard.
It shouldn't be hard?
No.
We'll go.
Go ahead, Noah.
It's Lamar Jackson all day. I mean, Kyler Murray's probably playing Call of Duty right now as we speak.
Probably.
Kyler Murray sucks. I mean, if he didn't have DeAndre Hopkins or Hollywood Brown, what's he going to do? He's going to run the ball the whole time? No.
Yeah.
So, he sucks. I hate him.
Kraft?
I mean, I think we're all here together on we don't like Kyler Murray. We don't like watching him. We don't think he deserved that contract. Do y'all agree? Did he deserve that contract?
No.
Hold on, man. I think from the Cardinals standpoint, you just have to give it to him. You have
Really?
to, man. You have no choice. What are you going to do? You got to go draft some guy? These quarterbacks never hit. Arizona, who was the last quarterback they had hit? I feel like you're just forced to give him the contract, even though you might not want to.
Yeah. I don't know if I agree with that. I just think, I don't know. Kyler doesn't seem like a leader to me. I feel like in every game that is close, that he blows up at the end. But we're talking about fantasy, and I think he's behind Lamar just by a little bit, but it's tough to say. I don't want to say, Kyler's in the top 5 or top 6, but he really is in fantasy. When you draft him, after a couple of weeks, you're going to be like, God, I really don't want to watch this guy play football.
Right. So Noah says it's easily Lamar. Kraft, He says Lamar, but it's a little closer. P. Miller, the poor man. Where do you stand on Kyler Murray versus Lamar, and a dynasty perspective?
You know, that's a good question. I'm going Lamar Jackson just because I like him better. I feel like they're pretty close as far as dynasty rankings go. You know, as a like real football and fantasy, I'd want Lamar Jackson just because. But they are pretty close as far as fantasy goes. But I'm going with Lamar just because I like him better. They're basically tied for fantasy to me right now, but I'm going with Lamar.
Look, man, to me, it's tight as can be. I think from a fantasy perspective, I think I'm gonna roll with Kyler because Kyler's the better thrower of the football. Hold on, Kyler's clearly a better thrower of the football, and Kyler clearly has better weapons than Lamar Jackson. Clearly,
better weapons.
Yeah, this
dude's
he's not.
I don't get where the whole Lamar Jackson can't throw the football comes.
No. He is 1,000% agree. Them saying Lamar Jackson can't throw the football, that's 100% fact. But you can't deny if you had to sit two of them back in the pocket, you know you're taking Kyler Murray over Lamar in the pocket.
No, I'm not.
Shoot, I clearly am.
Yeah, I would too.
No, he looks.
But say this. But say this though. Forget all that. This man at least has DeAndre Hopkins and Hollywood Brown. This man Lamar Jackson's throwing to Duvernay for crying out loud.
Yeah, but the rushing upside is so much higher with Lamar.
Agree.
And with Mark Andrews.
Who is a top 2, if not 1, but at least top 2 tight end. That's a tough one. That might have been the toughest one we've asked tonight, to be honest with you. What you say?
Not tough for me, tough for you, obviously.
Shit, I'm going to be honest, man. There ain't no way. I'm going to ask the fellas this one, man, about in the pocket, Kyler Murray, Lamar. In the pocket?
Kyler looks like he's running for his life when nobody's around him. You remember when, who was it? Sam Darnold said he's seeing ghosts? That's Kyler Murray in the pocket. It's like he's seeing invisible people coming after him when nobody's there. Lamar looks confident. Like, I wouldn't say he's a better pocket passer, but he knows when to get out of the pocket and go. Kyler doesn't.
He's a smart.
He'll run 15 yards in the backfield and throw the ball up in the air up for grabs.
All right. Well, we'll just have to agree to disagree on that one.
Fuck Kyler Murray.
But hey, it's tough to me. I do feel like it's tough because I do like Lamar Jackson too, though. And then people saying that Lamar Jackson can't make the throws, fuck out of here with that shit. I definitely ain't buying that one. Let's just take a little step back, man. Let's take it to some younger guys, man. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, guys that I've hated on Justin Fields. You know I've hated on Justin Fields. Kraft's hated on Trevor Lawrence. We're going to do it from a fantasy perspective because I got some opinions on Trevor Lawrence from a real football perspective that this dude's with Jacksonville. You clearly got to give the Jacksonville Jaguars like time and stuff like that. But from a fantasy perspective, you know, these were the top guys like Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields. Am I missing anybody? I don't even know if I'm missing anybody besides them guys.
Maybe Dak Prescott.
Man, to hell, I'm falling off that Dak. In fact,
you're not taking in a startup draft. You're not taking Dak over Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence.
Not Trevor Lawrence. Maybe Justin Fields. Listen, man. All right, we'll talk about Dak here after these two guys, but I'm definitely starting to fall off the Dak Prescott train, man. That joker right there. He's been hurt for 2 years. The dude ain't done jack. You want to talk about somebody who didn't deserve a contract? I'll clearly give one over Kyler Murray and then Dak. That's just crazy at this point.
Oh, golly, I don't, Matt.
What has Dak done in the past 2 to 3 years? In fact, how about this?
Tonight.
What has Dak Prescott done when Ezekiel Elliott can't run the ball for 100+ yards? This dude can't do jack.
Phil, I just want to pass it to you because this is a bias. This is definitely a biased conversation, right?
I drafted Dak.
Come on, Matt. You're saying that Kyler is a better NFL quarterback than Dak?
No. Well, I'm gonna be real.
No way.
It's close. It's close, man. It's close. I'm just being honest.
Phil, give us some voice of reason here, please.
All right. Let's see. See, that is a little tricky, man, because I mean, I still think I like Dak fine, but he hasn't done anything. He's been hurt for 2 years. When he's in there, he looks pretty good. I mean, average really is what he looks like when he's in there. As far as fantasy goes, like who would I want on my team as my quarterback in real football? I would want Dak just because he's more professional. But that's
Well,
like
look,
the only reason.
I'll listen. Maybe I can agree with that because he's more buttoned up. But this is the Cruise Dynasty podcast. We talk about the fake stuff. So I want to know, Dak Prescott, this dude, man. Come on, man. You're telling me you're taking Kyler over Dak Prescott and the fake stuff, Kraft?
I'm taking Kyler over Dak and the fake stuff. I'm taking Dak over Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. For sure.
No, fuck no, man. You tripping, man. You're not taking Dak Prescott over Trevor Lawrence. I'm sorry.
Dude,
I bet Jerry Jones would do that trade today.
Are you kidding me?
Look who Trevor Lawrence is playing with. Trevor Lawrence is playing with the shitty of the shit. Dak Prescott's with the Dallas Cowboys America's team behind a top O line. Got all these he has weapons whenever he wants and stuff like that. You put Trevor Lawrence in Dallas, they're definitely a playoff team.
You're making my point. You're making my point by saying that Dallas is a buttoned-up organization with a great offensive line and great receivers.
They're not a buttoned-up organization now. How many times have they?
They're a button-up.
Well, I'm saying this.
Dallas is just on that edge of being. Dallas is so good at being just good enough where people tune in every week, but they'll never win playoff games and win Super Bowl. But Jacksonville, everybody's like, Jacksonville's playing great. They're 2-6 right now. They're ass.
I don't know if anybody's saying they're playing great now. I think we just saying their offense looks better. It just looks better.
I really want to hear some comments on this. You know,
but the thing is, it's like, come on, man. If you're just looking at talent, man, you cannot disagree with this. Dak Prescott got that contract. He has clearly underachieved those standards.
I don't know. I think Dak's a good quarterback.
I think he's solid, but it's like I agree. How about at the time? I agreed he should have got the contract. Now I'm looking at it. It's just like, come on, man. You got to do better.
Anybody who's listening to this, podcast, looking at their dynasty drafts, please draft Dak Prescott over Trevor Lawrence.
Whoa, I cannot condone that though. I cannot condone that at all, man. I ain't in a dynasty draft. You would say, all right, fine, poor man. All you've had is a couple bowls. You telling me in a dynasty startup draft, you're taking Dak Prescott over Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, I would, just because I've never been a big believer in Trevor Lawrence to begin with. I mean, he has looked better this year, no doubt. I just want to see it for another year before I would choose him over Dak.
Well,
that's just where I'm at.
I guess I'll take the L tonight. I'll take the loss tonight with the Trevor versus Dak. But
Noah, what do you got to say about the Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence?
I'm taking Dak Prescott too. I mean,
you know what?
Last week he put up.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I mean, last week he put up 2 TDs. He had 1 rushing touchdown. He put up 30 points. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, I would not pick Trevor Lawrence over Dak Prescott.
So Dak Prescott,
I think he's a little bit traumatized by the Urban Meyer organization.
So Kraft, man, Trevor Lawrence ain't even. You're telling me Dak Prescott's in your top 10 in the dynasty ranking?
I look at dynasty different than y'all do. I feel like you really have to fill out your league, and this is a dynasty a tip. You really want, when I look at it, if you can get 5 years, Dak Prescott's 29 years old, 34. And, 34 years old, he's going to outperform Trevor Lawrence 5 years from now.
Man, you want 5 years of, you telling me you want 5 years of that shit he's been putting out? This dude ain't done nothing since his rookie
He
year.
was the QB6 last year. Dak Prescott was the QB6 last year, and he was
Crap, how could
underrated.
he have been the QB6 last year when he was out all year last year?
That was the year before when he had his ankle.
Last year?
No, last year he was the QB6.
I'm gonna have to look that up, man. I don't know if I believe that's true.
I ain't making shit up, man.
Last year he was QB8.
I might be making a little shit up.
There
but-
might be a lot of things. There might be a lot of people I'll
Colson.
take over Dak.
What you got QB8 right there? 2021 QB8.
2021 QB8
Hey,
is Dak.
QB8. What was Trevor Lawrence like QB?
It was his rookie year with a shit organization.
Urban Meyer.
Yeah, but even
Kicking kickers.
even this year we're going by points per game. You got Dak, putting in some work.
What has
Like,
he?
right.
What work has this man put in, man? He's played 2 games.
He's averaging 14 a game.
He played one game versus. He pretty much just played 1 game this year. And we talk about he's putting in work.
Hey, three on one says Dak. Dak as your startup QB
Alright,
over Trevor
Look,
Lawrence.
I definitely took the L right tonight. And honestly, I'm pretty sure it is funny because I got Dak and Trevor Lawrence on my team when I think about it. Started Trevor last week. No, I didn't. I don't even know who I did. Average Joe's, man. My team
would've
is in
started Dak.
shambles. My team is in shambles.
You just started
man.
Dak.
I did start Dak last week. What you call it? What else was we talking about? Oh, Justin Fields. Well, fuck it, Justin Fields. We pretty much, you know where I stand on Justin Fields. So, P. Miller, where do you stand on Justin Fields?
I mean, I ain't never liked him all that much, bro. But he's definitely looked better this year. I cannot deny. I've only watched him play like 2 games maybe this year, and I mean last game he looked solid as heck. So, I mean, if he continues on that kind of way up, then I'm liking him more and more. Then
I'm with you on that.
what you say, Matt?
Hey, man, y'all know where I stand on motherfucking Justin Fields, man. That dude, man. Listen, I ain't saying he's the worst starting quarterback in the league, but he's definitely bottom 4 or 5. Cause what you call it? Let's see. I saw him against let's see. I know Kraft. He had to check me a little bit. He said something about.
I'm about to check your ass again. Bottom 4 and 5. Go ahead, keep talking.
All right, check me. All right, but hold on. I seen that he was number 11, so I'll give him his respect. I'll start him over Zach Wilson and stuff like that, but I ain't starting him over Andy Dalton.
You ready, Matt? You ready,
Go
Matt?
ahead.
All right, bottom 4 or 5, right?
Right.
Davis Mills,
All right, yeah. Justin Fields.
Ryan Tannehill,
Justin Fields.
Sam Ellinger,
Oh, Lord. Justin Fields. Shit.
Zach Wilson,
Justin Fields.
Jacoby Brissett,
Ooh, that's tough.
No.
Kenny Pickett.
Shit, man. You checking me hard tonight, man. Keep
Come
going,
on,
though.
let's go, baby.
Keep
Come on,
going,
let's
keep going,
go.
though, Kraft. Keep going, though, Kraft.
Am I gonna keep going?
Yeah, a little bit longer.
All right, I'll keep going. Andy Dalton,
All right, Andy Dalton. That's where we stop right there, because you know I'm taking Andy Dalton.
Aaron
over Justin Fields.
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. What the fuck? Well,
He's QB 25 on the year right now.
all right. Well, shoot. Are you telling me if you have both of them on your team, you're starting Justin Fields over Aaron Rodgers? Because I highly doubt you're doing that.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
man. I'm glad me and you finally had some disagreements for once, damn it. Makes the episode a little more exciting. Well,
I
shoot,
got
Kraft.
more too. I ain't done.
Oh, well, then roll it out then. Fuck.
Stafford,
Well, I'm definitely starting Stafford.
Derek Carr,
Oh, man. Dang, Kraft, you got me on that one, man. I can't start Derek Carr over.
I'm just going.
All
I'm just
right,
gonna keep
fine.
on rolling with it, man.
Nah, man, I'll take my L. Second L tonight. That's my L. Well, shoot, man. Justin Fields. I'll give Justin Fields a little credit. He's playing a little better. Still wouldn't roster him. Still don't want him on my team.
We got some drunk ass females over here right now. They just got home from the bar. Like, goodness gracious alive, bro.
Where? But the thing is, y'all up in Pike County, so it's like, what bar did y'all go to? I know y'all didn't ride to Griffin.
Tipsy Daisy, baby.
They went to Griffin.
They went to Griffin. Doc Holiday's over there.
Tipsy Daisy.
Oh snap! Okay.
Tipsy Daisy.
Well, shoot, P. Next time we go to Grip, we might have to ride on over to old Tipsy Daisy, see what's up. I've never been there before.
Yep, I never even heard that shit before.
Me neither,
so.
man. Where the fuck is Tipsy Daisy at?
Where the fuck is Tipsy Daisy?
Hey,
at?
Phil.
Hey, what's up, Dakota? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, you know, I'm good. Just chilling. Just put the baby to sleep.
Little
The
high
whole
school
shebang.
reunion right here.
I'm telling you.
Yep, for
Hey.
real though.
You can't. I'm trying my best. You can't control drunk females, bro.
Hey, listen, Kraft. If you want to, we can wrap it up, man. We've talked quarterbacks enough.
Nope. Y'all talk. We're gone. Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, we yeah. You've taught. I don't know, Matt. You can keep on going with these quarterbacks, man. I'm down. I'm definitely down with it.
all right.
Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling.
Well, look, man. You know, Kraft.
Yeah.
Before I even go on, you know, I'm not editing this out. You know, it's in the podcast. It is what it is.
Hey, I told you. I didn't know what to expect tonight. It is what it is. They just open the garage door and they just march right on in.
Hey, I heard you. I heard it open. What you call it? Well, shoot, Kraft. You got another quarterback you want to talk about real quick?
What do we make it up to with the quarterbacks you start Justin Fields over? Do we get
Listen, man, I took the L on Justin Fields. I was low on Justin Fields, but listen, man, a few weeks ago, this dude Justin Fields was over there with Baker Mayfield and Matt Ryan, and that was bad. That was super bad. So
Very true.
obviously he's done a whole lot better. He really only had one solid game, though. I'm sorry, man, but either way, show the man his respect. I'm objective. I'll take my L. I don't even know if I can fully accept the L with the Trevor Lawrence stuff because I know in this world there's a lot of Clemson hate out there, and I love it. But then again, there was a lot of ETN hate, and now everybody's starting to turn around on ETN. Everybody knows they was just hating on him because he was a Clemson guy, though. Can we say facts?
I don't think there's a lot of Clemson hate out there. I think.
What? We pretty much broke college football this year, man. Broke that shit.
I think you want Clemson hate, man. I think you want it. It's like it fuels you.
I'm gonna
It
be
fuels
honest,
you.
Kraft. If you don't think there's any Clemson hate out there, you just living in a dream world at this point, man.
There you go.
Clemson sucks.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Nobody this year.
Hey, all I know is Clemson's got 3 top 25 wins, and Georgia's only played 1 top 25 team. That grind.
Well,
But
man,
you counting Utah? Who you counting? NC State or something?
Well, who are you counting? Mizzou?
Definitely.
What? See, that's what I'm saying. This is my whole
It doesn't
point.
matter.
This is my whole point on college football. If we play with a top
SEC
15
is more
team,
dominant than the SC.
if we play a close game with a top 15 team, everybody's like, the ACC sucks. Georgia plays a close game with Missouri, and everybody's like, what a grind it is. What a grind. Missouri ain't no grind, man. Stop. They trash. Let's get off the
No. Phil, you're the voice of reason all the time.
Go ahead, Phil. Tell me I'm wrong.
What was the question, bro? Clemson hate? Yeah, there's Clemson hate.
I don't know
hate
what the question was. at
Hey,
this
hold
point.
on. Phil's a Bama fan, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Phil ain't unreasonable. He knows there's some Clemson hate out there a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the media, bro. Like ESPN, they are all about the Big Ten and the SEC. You know, and I'm an SEC guy too, so I don't care. But they definitely hate on like the ACC and Clemson.
Dude,
Like,
all right,
They'd rather have Florida State in there than Clemson. That's how the media kind of portrays things.
listen, man,
So,
I'm not really religious at all, but it's because Dabo Swinney is on the SEC and he's a good Christian man. They hate Clemson, bro. They fucking hate him. And honestly, I like it. But either way, it is what it is. Next quarterback. What's the next quarterback, Kraft?
I don't know.
All right, fine. Hold on. I got one to talk about then.
There you go.
Let's talk about my guy Tom Brady real quick.
No.
Yeah, we have to, man. This dude Phil had him ranked 4. We have to bring this dude up, man. We have to bring him up, man. He had Tom Brady 4. I had Tom Brady like 7 or 8, so I'm taking the L. But Phil's taking a huge L right now, having him at 4. So P. Miller,
There's still time, bro. There's still
Oh my
time.
God.
No.
Oh Lord, man. Kraft, is there time
mean-
for Tom Brady?
Y'all ever watch Avengers Infinity War where they disappear into dust?
Oh man, I love them.
That's
movies,
Tom
man.
Brady.
That's Tom Brady.
Giselle left his ass. He's just gone.
Like he was throwing a pass and like dust. He just
Man, Giselle's
Yeah.
tripping, man. She's tripping, man. Acting like this. This dude's all about the fam, man. Be skipping training camp and everything.
I
You
mean-
can't let him play football.
He's selfish.
I'm gonna die on the Tom Brady side with this one, man. I don't really care, man. Let the motherfucker play some football. He can't
He
do
ain't-
it forever.
He's just 45. I mean, hell, he got 40 more years to live.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if he plays till 50, that's 30 years of quality time with Tommy. So it's like, come on, man. Let
Not
the man
Tommy.
play.
yeah. Most people that working at UPS, I tell my wife, I'm like, I'll be done at 55. And she's all good with it. Tom's like, I just want to play one more year and I'll still be retired at 45 with millions and millions.
And she's
Giselle's like, not
no,
good enough.
I'm leaving your ass right now.
That if you, I'm telling you, man. I just can't even, man, with this one, man. I ain't ever been so disturbed in my life by females over this one right here, man. A gazillionaire can't let a millionaire go play football. It's tough. It's a tough one to swallow. Anyways, P, man, we got to start talking some football at some point. All right, man. We was sitting here talking about some motherfucking Tom Brady, and this is basically what I got to say about Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady's washed. Nobody has been a bigger defender of Tom Brady than me. He's the clear GOAT. It's not even close. Stuff like that. Tom Brady's been great. If there was ever a debate between who gets more credit between Bill or Tom, it's obviously Tom. Tom's washed. This dude is trash. I think he ain't going to make it past this year. If he plays next year, I'll be shocked. He needs to go ahead and head up in the booth with Fox and just start talking about football because you're too old. So, Phil, what you got to say about your guy?
I mean, yeah, I'm on a similar train of thought with Tom. I mean, it definitely took a toll on him. I think his whole personal life this season. That's the only thing I can figure. It's like, why is he having so much trouble? It's like it's got to be his divorce and all that shit going on. So, yeah, I will be surprised. Well, shoot, if he plays one more year, I won't be surprised. But he's got that
Right.
big contract already with Fox to be, talking football, broadcasting, whatever. It's like he's probably going to just hop on that, especially if they don't, do any better continuing on out. So, I mean, he's still got time to make the playoffs and all that shit, no doubt. But, I mean, we'll see. I mean, he's pretty much fading out as far as I can tell.
Well, look, Kraft, let's just switch it up to one of your boys, Aaron Rodgers. Where do you think he stands? I'm talking about from a future perspective, past this year. I'm starting to think Aaron Rodgers. I'm not gonna say he's just washed. I just think he's tired of this shit. This dude's gonna be playing with these rookies, playing with Christian Watson, could be the biggest bust in the first round. I don't know. Romeo Dubs out there dropping passes every now and then. It's like, where do you stand with Rodgers?
I really want to go with no on this because I'm super biased about Rodgers and with the Packers, but I felt like in all our previous episodes, I've been very honest about what I felt about the Packers. I haven't hyped them up, nothing like that. Rodgers is not a startable quarterback in redraft leagues. He's not. In Dynasty, he's a good super flex. He's a decent super flex, but as far as rankings in Dynasty goes, there's damn 20 quarterbacks ahead of him. I mean,
Yeah.
it's sad, but it's time to pass the torch on to these young guys.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. Aaron Rodgers. Honestly, I've kind of hated on Aaron Rodgers. I used to be a huge Packers fan when Brett Favre was there. Aaron Rodgers, I liked him a little bit more, and it ain't got nothing to do with that COVID vaccine, but I've liked him a little more lately. So,
Is it because he does that hallucinogens a little
Yeah,
bit?
he
He likes
pops
to indulge.
But listen though, you're talking to me and Phil. Where you're talking to a couple of like stoner type dudes. Like when you're telling us Aaron Rodgers is hitting shrooms, we're like, yo, man, this dude's gaining a new perspective on life. Like maybe these rookies are like, you know what I'm saying? But then again, he still looks a little irritated with these guys, and I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him. It's like he just lost his best receiver. He's got even Amari Rodgers. He's a Clemson guy. He's a second-year guy. He's basically a special teams guy. So it's like
He's a fucking terrible receiver, is what he is.
So I ain't gonna say that, but maybe
I
he
will.
is in the
I'll say it.
NFL. Just because you did shit in college, don't mean you're doing it in the NFL. So we're basically he's got 3 young receivers. He got Randall Cobb's old as shit. So it's like, who is this guy gonna throw it to? Tunyon every week? This guy can't throw it to Robert Tunyon every week for a whole year. But maybe he's chilled out because he ate the shrooms. Phil, where do you stand on the shrooms take?
I mean, he probably didn't take enough of them, bro. I don't know. But,
Oh my god.
That if you listen, this is the advice to everybody out there. If you're gonna take some, you got to take at least a 3.5, at least. If you take less than that, you're just microdosing.
yeah, you definitely want to hit that tripping point. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hit that. But yeah, Rodgers, man, I'm concerned as hell with Rodgers, bro. Like they should have just go ahead and traded this dude and went with their, Jordan Love or whatever. Like they should have let Rodgers come down to Tennessee Titans or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Bro. But now they done squandered their whole they just squandered their future, basically, giving Rodgers all this money, and he ain't got no weapons for the next for foreseeable future. You know what I'm saying? So they pretty much screwed as far as I can tell. The Packers are.
I got something to say real quick because I was expecting Rodgers to leave myself. I was thinking, there ain't no way he's staying in Green Bay. I want to ask a Packers fan, where do you stand on this Jordan Love guy? Because every time I see Jordan Love play, this dude is trash, man. I cannot believe they traded up to get this guy, pissed Aaron Rodgers off. I mean, you could have got this guy a wide receiver last year. You could at least have a guy in your second year or whatever. I mean, Kraft, man, where do you stand on the Packers' future? How about that? With Aaron Rodgers maybe staying one more year or whatever. There's no way Jordan Love sticks around for that long, right?
I think the Packers are more and with Jordan Love, he sucks. He's ass. I've seen him play in the preseason. He's missing swing passes to the running back. His accuracy. He has a good arm. I will admit that he has a good arm. He can move. But you can't play NFL quarterback if you're not accurate. And Jordan Love ain't gonna be nothing. Don't draft him in your dynasty startup because he's ass. But as far as you asked about the Packers' future, look at the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. I think that is the Packers' future. It is the Packers are not going to be one of them teams that just give up and rebuild. They're not a rebuilding team. They don't do that shit. They're a good organization. They will figure it out. Jordan Love will probably be the starter, and he might be okay, but I don't see the Packers just falling down to the Detroit Lions of the future. I mean, it might take a couple years, but they'll get back. They'll be all right.
Yeah. Noah, you got anything to say about the Pack?
I just think it's time for a rebuilding year. Aaron Rodgers ain't doing nothing at all. I mean, he don't have no wide receivers. He's popping Percocets like it ain't nothing. I mean, he can't do nothing. Jordan Love is trash. It's just time for a rebuilding year. Get you some receivers, get you a quarterback, get whatever you need, but they're ass.
Yeah. I got one more thing to say about Rodgers, though. This man is the most misunderstood player in sports history. If Aaron Rodgers went out and did what Tom Brady did to his offensive lineman the other week, Aaron Rodgers would be absolutely destroyed.
No doubt.
Well,
like,
look,
stop hating on this man's personality, dude.
Hold up.
He's a good quarterback. He's a good dude.
I'm
Just-
gonna agree with you now. I think he did what Tom Brady did, but listen, it ain't got nothing to do with his personality. It's got this dude didn't take the COVID vaccine, so they're like, oh hell nah, we gonna
That's
hate
what
on
it
Aaron
is.
Rodgers. That's exactly what it is. Before them, this is why I hated Aaron Rodgers. This dude always got a pass by the media. This dude was definitely the LeBron James of the NFL, man. Most talent, but always taking L's and stuff like that. Now, though, it's like, yo, I didn't get the COVID vaccine. Yeah, if he would have did what Tom Brady would have done last week, this dude would have got ripped to shreds. There ain't no doubt about it. Kind of like how Kyrie Irving's dealing with. He didn't get the COVID vaccine. Look at him. Nike's done released him from his deal and all kinds of shit. So, for all you sheep out there.
We know this is a conservative ass podcast right here.
Got
Fantasy
to by
football
now.
conservative podcast.
Got
But,
to by now.
Yeah. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I agree with you. The COVID vaccine, and as a Packers fan, I wouldn't necessarily say Rodgers is a definite choker, but we've been to a lot of NFC championships, and the 49ers have done their business against them, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that Aaron Rodgers could have done better, but as far as dynasty goes, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. It might be a point where Tom Brady might play longer than Aaron Rodgers because he's divorced and he can just play football as long as he wants.
Man, and real quick before I moving on to another quarterback or something, I just want to say, Tom, man, since you're divorced, man, play till you're 50, goddammit. Just play till you're 50, man. I mean, shit. I cannot believe your old lady don't want you to play football, man. I divorced her too. All right, who else? Who else, man? We got any quarterbacks out there that's just on your mind, man? Like Kraft, you got a quarterback on your mind, man?
Yeah, I got a lot of quarterbacks on my mind. We didn't really get into Justin Fields. We talked about Trevor Lawrence, and we argued like hell about Trevor Lawrence and Dak Prescott. But Justin Fields, where you putting Justin Fields, Matt?
Listen, man. Obviously, listen, man. I gotta have a gained respect for him. I haven't been noticing what he's been doing these past few weeks. I'd try to stay objective as I can. For the first few weeks, though, you cannot deny, man, I was right on Justin Fields, man. That dude was so bad. But now he's turned it up a little bit. I'm not going to sit here and act like you can't roster him. Heck, I was going to start Justin Fields this year until you talked me out of him. Now, now I'm over here doing other shit, playing Trevor Lawrence, who you been hating on tonight.
I always hate on Trevor.
So, yeah, man, for people who don't know, in between Zoom calls, we argued about college football for about 30 minutes, man, on that Clemson hate. For some reason, Trevor Lawrence gets a lot of hate, man. I don't know why, man. I ain't saying he ain't underperformed, but he's with Jacksonville, man. This dude ain't finna do shit for 3 to 4 years with these bums. But Justin Fields, let's see. Justin Fields is like in the same situation I say Trevor Lawrence is in, but in a lesser or maybe in a more extent. This dude, Justin Fields, is in about as shitty as a situation as you could be being in Chicago. Like, it does not get worse than Chicago. I'm just being honest. Like, if I was a quarterback, I ain't trying to go to Chicago. I wish the Falcons would go get Justin Fields or something like that. I would love a Justin Fields. Dynasty perspective, I would roster him. Redraft, I say maybe. Noah, where you stand?
To be honest, I mean, if the offense calls plays that suits Justin Fields, I consider him a top 7 quarterback in Dynasty. I mean, he can run the ball. He can throw the deep ball. I just feel like he just – I don't know. I just have a feeling about him.
I'm with you. I mean, listen, the only thing I'm going to agree on is this dude has a great deep ball. And that was a thing I said with Chase Claypool coming in. Maybe Chase Claypool could open it up down there, and maybe Justin Fields could throw a few deep balls. But P. Miller, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I like Justin Fields more now than at the start of the season for damn sure, because I do not give a shit about Chicago at all. I'm just like, they could just not even be a team, not even be a franchise, and I wouldn't care, bruh. So, but
hey, man.
yeah, Like you said, bro, if he would come to the Falcons, I would love it. I would love me some Justin Fields then. But
Right,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, he's got running ability. He can throw the deep ball. So I mean, I would probably be playing him depending on their matchup in redraft league if I had to. Like, I'm starting Mariota this week, so
Yeah. Mariota over Justin Fields, that's for sure.
What do you mean? What
For
do you
this
mean?
year. For this year.
No.
You're playing
No.
Mariota over Justin Fields, Kraft. Come on. We've disagreed a
Absolutely
lot
not.
tonight, but you're not
Absolutely
disagreeing.
I'm
Mariota,
definitely
bro.
disagreeing with that.
Um,
Absolutely.
All right. Wait, you're disagreeing with that?
I'm absolutely disagreeing with that.
Jeez.
What do we got out of what is the difference between Mariota and Justin Fields? Can you please name what is Mariota throwing a whole bunch more passes than Justin Fields?
So far, I got Mariota as the quarterback 9, Justin Fields as the quarterback 14.
Yeah, but in the last 3 weeks, Justin Fields has rushed for 88 yards, 82 yards, and 60 yards. That's six. That's 7
Well,
points average on just
and
rushing.
Well,
touchdowns.
fuck it, crap. Throw them in the same boat, man. They both. I mean, I don't know what it is. They both trash.
We
I don't
just
want
want-
either one of them. If you start
in
in
a-
these guys, you're in trouble. Obviously.
Man, I'm just in an argumentative mood tonight.
Hey,
That's
ever
it.
since y'all got me in that talk about college football, y'all know I'm heated tonight.
Oh God, my
But blame it about
head.
blame it on the bush, though. Blame it on the bush.
Blame it
I
on the
was-
Trulies.
If I was 100%
thoughts.
sober tonight, I honestly wouldn't even give a fuck what you say about Clemson. Because the resume speaks for itself, baby. Let's go. All right,
I got
who
a
else?
question, Matt.
Go ahead.
I got a good one. Justin Fields or Trey Lance in Dynasty?
Ooh, man. Listen, man. I'm going to be honest. I've been as low on Trey Lance as anybody in the industry, man. I've been hating on Trey Lance. But listen, man, even I can admit, this is tough. This is tough. Because at least Trey Lance is with the 49ers. I like Justin Fields. If we were talking about Justin Fields with the 49ers or something, like, all day. This dude, Justin Fields, is with Chicago, man. Chicago. At least Trey Lance is with San Francisco. It's tough, man. And I'm big on situation. Not a lot of people are big on the situation. I'm big on the situation. I think being with Kyle Shanahan is way better than being with whoever the fuck is in Chicago. I don't even know who's in Chicago since Nagy left. That's how much I don't give a damn about him. So I guess I'm going to say Trey Lance, but I'm not sitting here happy about it. Because I think talent-wise, Justin Fields and Trey Lance, Justin Fields is way better than Trey Lance. It's not even close. So, I don't know. Where do you stand?
Phil, I don't know. I'm going. You know how I am. I want to go with the player who's on the field. I mean,
Right.
That's my
Hold up.
tiebreaker.
To that point, Kraft, I've been banging this point at this dude, Trey Lance, ain't played in 2 years and got hurt this year. That's 3 straight years of this dude not playing football. So it's like, come on, man. There's a lot of people high on Trey Lance, and I'm just saying, yo, slow your roll. People was acting like he was going to be up there in the top 4. Are you serious, bro? Motherfucker just played at North Dakota State, sat out a year for COVID. That already tells me you soft. So it's like, come on, man. It is what
I
it
agree.
is.
Phil, what do you think?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm taking Justin Fields in Dynasty and redraft, whatever, over Trey Lance. He might not even play ever again.
Right.
The way I see it, Trey Lance might not. So he can just throw him in a trash can, as far as I'm concerned, bro. Like, I know he's a human being, not literally, but as far as football is concerned, man, just drop him for real. So.
Yeah, we're definitely not big on the Trey Lance. In fact, how about this? For Sister Cruz Dynasty podcast, me and the Craft Man take this podcast serious, more serious than maybe 30 episodes ago. We gonna say this. We gotta at least wait and see Trey Lance, man. We gotta at least see the man. Like, holy shit. Like, give us something before we can sit here and act like you up there like these other people acting like this man's like a world beater and shit.
Yeah, I will never in the history of this podcast or in the future of this podcast will I ever hype a person who ain't been on the field. That's why me and Matt are so low on Kadarius Toney.
Yeah.
And it might come back and bite us in the ass.
Right.
We never know.
Kraft, man. I have Kadarius Toney on my team. I'm still sitting here saying, bruh, this dude ain't shit. This dude ain't got in the. This dude pulled a hamstring every other week. Now he goes to Kansas City and he's healthy, and I get it. But it's like, I understand, but it's like, come on, man. I can't sit here and be like, oh, Kadarius Toney, he could be a league winner. Hell no, I ain't saying that shit. That's crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why do you think I picked Michael Thomas as my bust of the year? Where's he at now?
Broke toe.
Yeah. Brian Robinson got shot twice. He's in on the field. Michael Thomas got a stub toe. He's out for the rest of the year.
Man, I wish I could just fucking. I'm gonna take that quote you just said, Kraft, and just fucking just put it on my tombstone, man. Because it's
I ain't
like
gonna
this
lie.
motherfucker. Hold on, man. This man Brian Robinson got shot twice, man, and is on the field. The dude stubbed a toe. He's been out for 3 years. I cannot buy that. I cannot buy that shit, man. Some of y'all in the industry, man, that's the thing, Kraft. This is why I know this podcast is going to blow the fuck up, man. Some of these motherfuckers in the industry, man, need to check themselves, man. Because these dudes ain't playing in 3+ years, man. This dude got shot twice and sat out 6 games. He's already on the field. Man, shout out to B. Rob. I don't care how poor your fantasy production has been. God damn it. Man, fuck. This shit explicit. I'm gonna have to put 2 explicits on this shit. Golly, man. Amen, man. I'm taking this podcast off of Twitter. I'm putting it on True Social immediately, man. Fuck. That shit is crazy. Shit is crazy. Phil, the thing is, man, I know you 100% agree with me. P, I'm sorry for keeping you up so late, man.
Man, it's all good. Yeah, I definitely agree with that shit, bro.
Holy
already
shit,
know.
man. The dude's taking bullet wounds. He's on the field, man. It's just crazy, man. I just can't even get over it. Been a lot of debating, been a lot of arguing tonight, and just like, man, we can all agree on one thing. You stub a toe, you out 3 years, and then fuck. Dude takes 2 shots at a leg, and he's back in 6 weeks. Just drives me insane. Drives me insane, man. Drives me insane. Anyways, man, this has been a quarterback. It's been a quarterback conversation. I like how it. Ain't even editing this shit. I can't edit it. We're authentic here at the Coach Dynasty Podcast, the conservative football podcast. That's what I'm saying, Kraft. This is another thing, man. While we're speaking on us being a conservative podcast, obviously, it's like that little news about Brett Favre coming out. I've seen some of those analysts on Twitter because you know me. I'm not in social media, but for the podcast I got on Twitter, they're talking about, I don't even report on past players, but Brett Favre, he's just such a shitty. Sit your ass down, man. I don't give a fuck what Brett Favre is doing, man. Come on, the dude's in Mississippi, goddammit. The thing is, it's like this, Kraft. The thing is, it's like, yeah, these people are shocked he's stealing for the poor. Like, no shit, these libs are doing it every day. Now you're offended when Brett Favre does it? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. People gonna listen to this podcast think we crazy. I don't give a damn, man. I mean, holy shit. P, come on, back me up, P. I know you agree with me. Let's go.
No, I agree with you, man. Like, I don't care what Brett Favre is doing, bro. Like, if he's taking millions out of folks' pocket, like, no, he ain't, bro. Like, yeah, they just crazy, bro. Any excuse to attack, somebody like Brett Favre, they gonna jump on it, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Phil, it's like this, Phil. We're a fantasy football podcast. We're talking about Brett Favre, what he's doing in Mississippi. Are you shitting me, man? Are you shitting me? I just can't even get it. Shout out to Brett Favre. You still my guy. I love Brett Favre.
The GOAT.
The GOAT, man. The thing is I feel like Kraft might think we hate the Packers. Man, I've pulled for the Packers over the Falcons so many times in my past, man. So many times, man. Brett Favre, man, I love you. I might go buy me a pair of Wranglers tomorrow. Shit. Give me some jeans.
I love you.
I don't even wear jeans. Anyways.
Brett Favre, that damn opposite Robin Hood over there, bro. Like,
oh my gosh, man! When Kraft told that Pete Rose joke the other day, man, I about fell out the couch, man. I was laughing so hard, man. Right over my head, man. Right over
He
my
go-
head, man.
he
I was
go-
like, oh Lord. Anyways, man, we got any quarterbacks to talk about? We pretty much broke it down pretty good from what I can stand. I mean, we broke down the top guys. Is there any just how about this, Kraft? Before we hang up and people think we're stupid and shit, any sleeper quarterbacks? Any quarterbacks you just sleeping on? I mean, maybe obviously if I was being objective, I would say maybe Trey Lance is a sleeper quarterback. I ain't gonna sit here and say that. Uh how about this? P. Miller, you first. Is there any quarterbacks that are just low on the list where you're just like, yo, this dude could be pretty good in a few years? Because, like, you know, some of these quarterbacks have fantasy relevance. So what's up?
I mean, guys that's low on the list like this season, or like just young guys that
Maybe
what you mean?
young guys that ain't performing. Like,
Like,
Daniel Jones
like
has been
I'm
okay
gonna say
this year.
no Daniel Jones, but maybe Davis Mills. I like Mills. I mean, he's the only one that comes to mind. I mean, he's
Yeah.
the only one I can think of.
Well, look, Pete, before I pass it off to Noah and Kraft, man, I'm just going to say I'm not really too down on Davis Mills, but I'll say this. I watched him play last night. He makes some great throws, man. This dude, Davis Mills, makes some great throws. But then he makes some shitty-ass throws where I'm like, what the fuck, Davis Mills? How could you even do that? But anyways, Kraft, Noah, any guys out there?
What about Cooper Rush? I mean, he looked decent against. I mean, when he was playing with
Yeah.
Dallas. I mean, what if he gets traded to a new team? Do you think he could be a game changer for another team?
All right, listen. This is all I'm gonna say about Cooper Rush. I think maybe that's a possibility, maybe because this is all I gotta say from a real football standpoint. This man Cooper Rush just went 4-1, so I'm not gonna sit here and hate on the guy. Cooper Rush can obviously go out there and win you games. Maybe from a dynasty perspective, he was okay. Well, he really wasn't even that good to me. I don't even know though. I wasn't sitting here looking at Cooper Rush shit. So, Kraft, where do you stand? Honestly, before you go, Kraft, Cooper Rush from a real football perspective, Cooper Rush probably is as good as a backup as anybody out there. And maybe if he went to a team, maybe he could pull together and win some games. What you say, Kraft?
Yeah, I like Cooper Rush. He did good with the Cowboys, but the Cowboys have one of the best defenses in the league. I'm not that high on Cooper Rush. If he gets traded to another team, you know, Nick Foles won a Super Bowl.
Right.
He won a Super Bowl and then went to another team and he wasn't fantasy relevant at all. Not to say Cooper Rush isn't, you know, you shouldn't roster him in Dynasty. I definitely think you should probably roster him. But my main guy, we've been all talking down on Trey Lance. I mean, is Jimmy Garoppolo going to be the guy for the next couple of years?
Man, that's a tough one right there. Because look, man, Jimmy G, I'm not saying I'm sitting here and from a fantasy perspective, obviously, I'm not high on Jimmy G. But from the 49ers perspective, man, Jimmy G goes out there and wins games. He takes you to the NFC Championship. Look, Kraft, I know me and you, heck, since you started the podcast with me, we really ain't even talked too much about real football. I'm not even a big proponent of all right, how about this? The quarterback gets way too much credit and way too much blame. And that's a fact, man. You can win a Super Bowl with Jimmy G, I feel like. But you got to do the work. I'm not sitting here saying like Jimmy G is like a great fantasy player. Jimmy G's a franchise guy. I mean, well, obviously he's a franchise guy, but it's like, yo, you could win a Super Bowl with Jimmy G. I've seen people, they did it with Nick Foles. They did it with Joe Flacco, like we were saying earlier. It's like, yo, you can have a sorry quarterback. Man, look at in Georgia football. They just won a national championship with a walk-on. So let's just quit sitting here acting like the quarterbacks are all this and all that. It's all about the team. I'd rather have a great team around an average quarterback. Well, heck, I'm going to have to think about that. I would rather have a good quarterback. But what I'm saying is like, yo, quarterback, it's obviously the most important position in all sports. But it's like, yo, we're giving them too much credit. We're giving them too much blame.
Yeah. Watch out. All I got to say is with Jimmy G, watch out for San Francisco.
Yep.
They're the team that can beat the Eagles in the NFC for sure.
Right.
You meet San Francisco in the playoffs. If you're Philly, you you're gonna be shaking going into that game. It's gonna be tough. If they
Agreed.
stay healthy and Debo's healthy, Ayuk's healthy, Kittle, Garoppolo, McCaffrey. Good God, I mean, it's gonna. Yeah, Garoppolo has a lot of weapons around him. So super flex wise, I think he's at the top of the list.
Right.
He's right there with
Right.
some of the great super flex options to me in Dynasty.
Noah?
My question is next year, who starts, Jimmy Garoppolo or Trey Lance? If Jimmy Garoppolo has a good year this year,
Well, listen, man. I'm gonna make my answer quick, and I'm just gonna say it now. I'm starting Jimmy G, and it's not even a debate. So, P, where do you stand?
I would definitely start Jimmy G. I would just trade Trey Lance if I was the 49ers.
And get a haul for him. Shit, you could get a haul for Trey Lance. Let's quit acting like Jimmy G is shit. Jimmy
He's
G is a
not.
fine quarterback. That's what I'm saying. People, tune into the Cruise Dynasty podcast. We're giving you the real shit. Jimmy G is a fine quarterback. I ain't the highest on him, Jimmy G. I thought Jimmy G replacing Tom Brady was the stupidest shit I ever heard. But Jimmy G is a fine quarterback. San Francisco, you can win a Super Bowl with Jimmy G. Trade Trey Lance.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. I think the 49ers with their defense and the weapons they got around them, they could easily win a Super Bowl with Jimmy G, and it might be this year.
I think they will win.
I would
this
love
year.
to just be a badass and just call the Super Bowl for San Francisco, but it could happen. It could definitely happen.
Noah's sitting back there in the background talking about he thinks San Francisco can win.
San Francisco all the way.
All the way.
San Francisco versus the Bills.
So look, man.
31-27.
Crap,
San
man.
Francisco wins all day.
I'm with you. Crap, man. I'm just going to kind of wrap up this quarterback episode out. It might have got a little wild, but then again, we was on another Zoom call. We wasn't recording, so I don't know how wild this shit got. So I'll just kind of
It's
wrap it up
Friday.
a little bit. But listen, man, me and Kraft, we've been on these episodes the most. We got a team with us. We got P. Noah hopped on for the first time. Christopher's been on. Big Dunk, Levi, Ian, the running back whisperer. But me and Kraft, we're going to give y'all the real perspective. We ain't going to sit here and hate on guys like Jimmy G and shit just because ESPN told us to hate on him. We're going to give you the facts. You get a different perspective with us. Am I wrong, Kraft?
I mean, no, you ain't wrong. And to give props to Noah, we were sitting here looking at the damn quarterback rankings, and he's the one who went down the list and showed me Jimmy Garoppolo, and I'm like, oh, no shit,
Yeah.
I mean, he's playing with a great offense. We talk about a quarterback with a bunch of weapons. I mean, damn, how can you get as many weapons as Jimmy G
Christian
got?
McCaffrey's
Come
gonna be
on,
the game changer of that offense.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this dude has CMC, Debo, has a fine defense. I mean, like,
Brandon Ayuk.
but like, what the hell are we talking about? Let's sit down with this Trey Lance talk. This man, Jimmy G, is the guy and should be the guy. There's no doubt about it. I can't even believe I got heated about a Jimmy G, Trey Lance discussion, but it's facts, man, because everybody out there in the industry is like, Trey Lance this, Trey Lance that. It's like, bro, he ain't played in 3 motherfucking years. Like, let's at least give Jimmy G, who's going to NFC championships and shit.
Trey Lance is a bum. That's all I gotta say.
I'm not gonna disagree with that. I'm just being honest. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, yo. But the thing is, though, here's the thing about this podcast. If Trey Lance goes out there next year and goes out there and performs, me and Kraft gonna sit here and say, yo, we were wrong about Trey Lance. But as of right now, Kraft, man, I took some heat for putting like people like Mac Jones ahead of Trey Lance in my dynasty rankings. Like, where are you now, motherfuckers? Like, this
I
man,
agree
Mac
with
Jones, I'll take Mac Jones over Trey Lance any day. Even though I ain't high on Mac Jones, but it's like, come on, man. Trey Lance has got to show us something.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, we're prisoners of the moment. Trey Lance broke his damn ankle. I mean,
Right.
there's no telling how good he could have been. But, like we said about Kadarius Toney, Michael Thomas, Trey Lance, you don't play, you don't get respect on our podcast. I'm sorry.
Right. Get
I
on
mean,
the
it's-
motherfucking field, bro.
They all bums.
Thank you,
Bums.
Phil. Thank you. The poor man summed it up as good as I could have summed it up. They're bums. All right, well, shoot, man. Let's wrap this quarterback episode up. I'm sorry if it got too wild for y'all. Honestly, I don't care neither. So, Kraft, man, you got anything to say to the people?
If y'all made it through this podcast, man, I appreciate the hell out of it. I hope y'all had a good time because we had a freaking blast.
Right.
I had
Thank
a good
you.
time. Phil, Chris, Noah, we had the whole crew on today. Noah,
Yep.
say what you gotta say, bro.
Man, I just appreciate y'all inviting me on, and I'm about to go pop a perky with Aaron Rodgers. That's all I'm gonna
Right.
say.
Shoot, I wish I had one. Shit. So, P. Miller, anything to say to the people before we head out on this quarterback episode?
Man, just listen to the Cruise Dynasty podcast.
Yep.
For all your fantasy football needs. That's all I got to say about it.
5-star review.
5-star. We talk about the fake stuff here, man. And listen, man, me and Crab, we into works. Because after this season, we going to put into real work, and we really going to get this shit on out there, man. We got faith in this podcast. We putting in the work. So thanks for listening, everybody. 5-star review. Add me on Twitter. I hate Twitter, but add me. Crewman Hamm. I got 70-something followers, Crap. I'm balling. So here we are. But shoot, man, we out.
Peace.
Ah.